Sonoma County is about to experience a lot of transformations in 2025. From a $400 million downtown project to a revolutionary performing arts center, 2025 will really reshape how we live, work, and play in Sonoma County. Sonoma Academy is the only independent private high school in the county, and it opened in 2001 with just 45 students that used to hold their classes at the Luther Burbank Center for the Arts, and now it's grown to over 300 students. It's a very prestigious, very well-known school, and it's right next to Taylor Mountain in the hills. Now, in 2022, the 34-acre campus began construction to create a new, larger performing arts space, and it was completed in 2024. So yes, you could say it's old news, but most people haven't been there yet or really been able to experience it, so it's still very much new news for 2025. And it's going to be open to the broader community. So this is not just going to be a place for the school's use. They have really opened it up. So whether you have kids that are interested in theater, you're a music lover, or you love live performances, this is definitely something you're going to want to keep on your radar. So let's talk a little bit about the design. It was done by Quadracci Kwok Architects, QKA. I hope I pronounced that correctly. WRNS Studio, and was built by DPR Construction along with the Shalleck Collaborative, which served as the theatrical consultant. So this is a big space, almost 30,000 square feet. It includes 350 seat theater, a stage, a full orchestra pit, and it has all of the capabilities of a very professional theater. The technical aspects include theater lighting that can be controlled on an audio visual system that boasts Dolby Laboratories. If you've ever been to a Dolby theater, it's pretty amazing. There's also Christie Digital 4K laser projector for a true cinematic experience. A tension grid is located above the entire stage for the placement of lighting and other equipment needed for really immersive performances. And the theater seating can be configured in a variety of ways to accommodate small and larger audiences. They even built an amazing actor studio with an attached classroom for rehearsals and teaching. I can't wait to check it out and take my family there next year. All right, next up is the Arnold Drive Bike Lane project. This isn't just about, painting a few lines and slapping on the bike symbol. They are getting a completely reimagined 2-mile stretch that's going to transform how families experience this beautiful part of Sonoma Valley. Biking enthusiasts, it's going to be really fantastic, especially if you love to bike. So from Madrone Road to Country Club Drive, they're creating something that's going to make this area, first of all, much, much more safer, much more accessible, and much more environmentally friendly. So let me show you exactly what they're planning, because this is where it gets really interesting. They're adding 5-foot wide lanes on both sides of Arnold, but here's what makes the project really special. They're thinking about every detail. We're talking about carefully planned drainage systems, strategic road signs. They've even committed to replacing any removed trees with native species. Gotta love that. And the Biking Coalition is actually taking this even further. They're advocating for what's called Class 6 bike lanes, which would give cyclists even more protection from traffic. Think about what this means for the community. So parents that are teaching their kids to bike, this is going to be great for them. Commuters having a safe route, just biking enthusiasts in general. You're going to be able to travel without the worry, and definitely a much safer environment. So this investment is about $5 million, and they've secured funding from both local and federal sources, including the Measure M tax. This is part of a larger vision to reduce the carbon footprint and make Sonoma County even more environmentally friendly. Construction on this is set to begin in 2025, and it just really shows how Sonoma County is evolving in such a thoughtful way. They're adding modern amenities while preserving everything that makes our area so beautiful and wonderful. Next up, let's talk about something that I'm super excited for, and that Sonoma County has been waiting 100 years for. That's right, a full century. But before we get into that, please take a moment to like and subscribe my channel. The more you comment, the more the videos are shared, the more that I can really dedicate time to making these videos. Please provide me with feedback, anything I can do that is going to make your experience looking at Sonoma County, the real estate market, that much more easy and accessible. I would love to be able to spend more time on these, but I need you to subscribe and show me that you appreciate them. So please hit that button, and let's get back to talking about the next exciting development, which is the town of Graton is finally getting a proper downtown square plaza. Imagine this, okay? A vibrant town square that really functions like a gathering place that's right in the heart of downtown Graton. It's going to be just beautiful. And it's really going to connect beautifully into the West County Trail, creating an amazing link between Sebastopol and Forestville. I'm really excited about this project. So the designs look like something you'd see in a big city, but it's definitely got that Sonoma County twist. They're creating these really intimate outdoor rooms where the community can come together, from farmers markets, live music. There's going to be dedicated spaces for children to play. It's really a beautiful and thoughtful design. About 10% of Graton's residents have already been involved in the planning process. So again, this is like very much a community effort. And they're not just doing the planning, they are working with local architects, landscape designers, civil engineers. Everyone is volunteering their time to make this just such a wonderful place to come together. They're also incorporating elements that are embracing the rich history along with embracing sustainable design principles. And they've even started making improvements to the space before they secured all the funding, because they didn't want to wait any longer to start bringing their community together. And I think that's so awesome. So they've already secured about a $280,000 grant from Sonoma County toward the $1.5 million project cost. But what's really inspiring is not letting funding really dictate the timeline. They're moving forward with volunteer work days and community events this summer and fall, with a goal to really fully open by late 2025. So soon, instead of driving through this charming little town and just maybe having, a couple places to stop, there's going to be food trucks and farmers market and concerts, and it's going to be just much more of a city center. Hopefully this will be kind of what the Barlow did to Sebastopol. This will really put Graton on the map. Let's talk about a housing project, Tierra de Rosas. This is going to really change the Roseland area, and again, it's another example of how the community really gets involved in Sonoma County. So remember the Roseland Village Shopping Center? What's about to be built there could become a blueprint for how we really think about neighborhoods in the future. This is going to be a place where you can work, live, gather with neighbors, and experience some of the best local food culture, all within walking distance. That is what is coming to this 7.5-acre site, and the way that they're doing it is really interesting. Let me take you behind the scenes. So this is about a $40 million project, but it's not your typical development. While most projects would just tear everything down and start fresh, they are really taking a different approach. They're keeping what works, like the food park that's become a really beloved spot for local food lovers, while carefully building something new around that. The heart of the project is called Tierra de Rosas, and it's designed to ensure that Roseland's vibrant community can continue to thrive here for generations. They're creating 75 affordable housing units for families making between 30 and 60% of the area's median income, plus 100 market rate units. What's really special here is they're not just building homes, they are building a neighborhood. There will be a 1-acre public plaza where neighbors can gather. There's going to be a Mercado food hall that builds on Roseland's incredible food scene, and a 24,000 square foot civic building that will become a hub for community services and activities. All of these elements are going to be weaved together to create something really cool in Roseland. So instead of just shutting everything down, they're going to be doing it in phases. The Board of Supervisors just approved a $14.8 million infrastructure project that is already underway. Phase 1 will be done by February 26, 2026, and Phase 2 the following in July. So this is a little bit more of a long-term project. The housing could start rising as early as 2025. All right, let's talk about the County Government Center. So what if I told you that one of Santa Rosa's biggest challenges is about to become one of its greatest opportunities? There is an over $300 million transformation coming to the heart of our county seat that is really going to change how we think about government buildings. The current government center was built back in the 50s, and honestly, it's really kind of showing its age. They're spending so much money just to keep up with repairs. We're talking about $258 million in maintenance that needs to be done. So instead of replacing it with another typical government building, Sonoma County is about to do something that's pretty cool. Imagine a vibrant community hub where government services, housing, and sustainable design really come together. This isn't just about building office buildings. They're planning something that could become a model for cities across the country. Imagine a modern 5-story building that will hold up to 1,000 county employees in about 200,000 square feet of space. they're not just thinking about government workers, they're really thinking about the community. They are planning on building 1,000 housing units right here on a little over 9 acres of the land, creating a mixed-use development that will include affordable housing for low and moderate income families, plus specialized units for people with special needs. And with this location just right off Mendocino Avenue, everything will be accessible by public transit. Now, what makes this project really smart is how they are approaching it. Instead of building everything from scratch, they are taking advantage of the current real estate market by looking at existing office buildings and seeing how those could be incorporated. So they're definitely looking at this from a creative angle, and that's helping them keep the $308 million price tag under the county's debt financing capacity of $314 million. They're also going to be making this project a showcase for environmental sustainability. While we don't have all the details yet, knowing the Sonoma County's commitment to working on sustainable solutions is just really, really exciting, and I love that they are putting attention towards this effort and new standards. The timeline is ambitious. They are aiming to have this open by the end of 2026. That might sound like a ways away, but when you consider the scale of what they're actually trying to achieve, it's pretty much lightning speed. So think about what this really means for Santa Rosa. We're not just getting a new government center, we're really getting a whole new neighborhood that brings together public services, housing, and sustainable design in a way that's never really been done before. It's actually really, really exciting because so many people depend on Santa Rosa for their city services. I'm super excited. This might be the most exciting one for me just because I'm kind of closest to Rohnert Park, so I might be a little bit selfish about this, but Rohnert Park is finally getting a downtown hub. It was planned originally in 1962, and everything is changing. It's no longer just going to be housing and some strip malls and, more of those like destination big box stores. They're finally going to get a cute little downtown that I think everyone in the community has really been wanting for a very long time. So the next chapter of Rohnert Park is really underway. This is a $400 million vision that could redefine the downtown area. Prices, the real estate market could have a big impact from this development. And it's not just about building shops and restaurants. The team behind this is really transforming this space. CentraCal is taking 30 acres in the heart of the city and creating something that no other community in Sonoma County has done before. They are basically building a downtown from scratch in the 21st century. Think about what that means. They can learn from other downtown successes and challenges to create something perfect for today's way of living. I certainly hope they will take into account public transportation along with parking. That will be really important for me because I do use my car. So let's walk through this and just imagine what it's going to look like. I am envisioning farmers markets, outdoor concerts, a place where you can really bring the community together. Cotati does events all around the year. It's, another small town that's pretty close by. So I'm imagining that this is going to be very similar to that and kind of in the vein of the other plazas that are in Sonoma County. Each kind of major city has its own little plaza. They're thinking about 30 new businesses carefully chosen to create the perfect mix of casual spots, fine dining, entertainment venues, and local shops. I really hope that there's an emphasis on local here. There's already kind of a lot of chains happening in Rohnert Park, so I hope that this really has an emphasis on local businesses. They're also going to be building 420 residential units, and as you know, we need more housing in California, so that's a great number. The attention to detail is going to be incredible. They're adding a beautiful hotel with about 110 to 130 rooms, installing EV charging stations, and creating over 150,000 square feet of retail space. But what really stands out is how they're planning this with the community. They've been conducting surveys, they've held meetings, they're making sure that local workers will be involved in the building and the construction of their own downtown. Now, this is not going to happen overnight. The infrastructure work starts in 2026 with completion for 2030. So that feels like a ways off, but it's happening. And let's be honest, it's going to happen a lot sooner than the 101 expansion. Although they keep saying it's almost completed. So by 2030, residents will have a vibrant city center where they can live, work, shop, and most importantly, come together as a community. Rohnert Park has a mix of housing, single families, apartments. This could be really a neighborhood to watch in terms of real estate values. So as you can see, there's a lot going on in Sonoma County. This is not a county that is devolving. We are evolving. There are things happening, there's moving and there's shaking. And if this sounds like the perfect place for you, I have helped countless families move to the county and you could be next. Please reach out to me at emily.beaven@compass.com. Or of course, if you're thinking of making a move and you already live in Sonoma County, let's talk about what your perfect home would look like next. Thank you so much for tuning in. And if I missed anything on this list, or if there's something coming up in 2025 and beyond that you think I should be aware of, please let me know. Thanks so much. Make it a great day.